A surprise is going to bring tears to your eye. 3 people are. Archangel Michael says, silence has been surrounding a secret for far too long, and tonight that silence will break. 3 people are sitting together right now, not out of coincidence, but divine appointment. Their lips have held back truths that should have reached you long ago, and now the moment has come. They are pacing, nervous, because they know what they're about to say will change everything. They've practiced the words over and over, but no rehearsal can prepare them for your reaction. The truth they've carried has been heavy, it has altered their lives just as much as it will impact yours. They've been protecting this secret not to hurt you, but because they weren't ready for the damage it could cause. But now, their souls can't bear the weight anymore. They've seen the signs, the shifts in energy, and they know this is the final hour to bring light into darkness. You have felt something strange building inside you. A pressure in your spirit, a stirring in your heart. That's not your imagination, that's the energy of a truth trying to reach you. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Comment if you felt sudden anxiety or sadness that didn't have a clear reason. That emotional pressure is a spiritual signal that truth is coming your way. You are about to witness the unraveling of a hidden chapter in your life. These 3 people aren't strangers to your journey. They have walked closely beside you, pretending everything was fine. They looked you in the eye while hiding things that would have shattered your trust. But guilt has become a ghost that never lets them sleep. And now, that ghost is forcing them to speak what was once buried. They're not doing this to seek forgiveness, they're doing it because the divine is pushing them to release what no longer belongs in silence. Archangel Michael says, what was once hidden will now rise to the surface. It may sting. But the light that follows will heal what's been quietly hurting in you all along. Type Amen to get blessing 229. They will not come in anger. They will come with shaky voices, lowered heads, and trembling hands. Because they finally realized, your truth is sacred, and you deserve it in full. One of them has tried to stop this from happening. They beg the others to remain quiet a little longer. But even they couldn't stop the divine force pulling the truth forward. This is bigger than just confession, it is spiritual realignment. It's not just about what they did or said. It's about what you lost because of it, and what can now be returned. You are not being ambushed. You are being awakened. Their truth is a key to unlock a pain you didn't even know had a name. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Comment if you've had dreams of people from your past appearing suddenly. Those aren't just memories, they're divine previews of what's about to unfold. The universe is preparing your heart. One of the 3 will hesitate. They'll struggle to look you in the eye because they were the one who started it all. But they will speak, because they know the time for truth has come. The second person will cry while they confess. Not because they're ashamed, but because they still love you deeply and never meant to cause harm. They will speak with a broken heart, wishing things could have gone differently. The third has been distant for a reason. They stayed away not to punish you, but because guilt drove them into isolation. Tonight, they return not as who they were, but as someone who carries truth with reverence. They have carried this for years. And now, they're giving it back to its rightful place, your hands, your heart, your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 7001. They know that after tonight, things may never be the same again. But they've chosen the truth over comfort. They've chosen to be honest, even if it costs them everything. You have wondered why certain things in your life felt out of place. You've questioned your own worth at times, without understanding the roots of that confusion. What they reveal will explain everything. The puzzle pieces will finally align. The moments that felt strange will now make sense. The emotional chaos you endured will have a name and a source. This isn't just a revelation, it's a spiritual shift. It's going to open wounds, yes, but it will also give you the power to heal them properly. Because you can't heal what you never knew was broken. Type Amen to get blessing 1112. Comment if your heart is beating faster, your spirit already knows what's coming. You are being prepared to receive what was long overdue. Not because you asked, but because you deserve truth. Archangel Michael says, do not fear this message. For what is revealed is not meant to destroy, but to deliver. It will give you back your power, your vision, and your voice. They've held this meeting in secret. Not to conspire, but to finally gather the courage to bring this to you. Their decision to meet tonight is the beginning of your breakthrough. The universe chose this time for a reason. Because your heart is ready. And your future cannot carry the burden of hidden lies anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 5565. They are walking into this meeting with trembling hearts, because they know once the truth is spoken, there's no going back. Each of them carries a different version of the same story, but tonight it will all come together. And when it does, your understanding of everything will shift like an earthquake shaking through your soul. You've sensed it coming. That deep feeling in your chest, that inner pull you couldn't explain, this is why. They are aligning not by chance, but because the divine said, now. There is power in truth, even if it's painful. What they hid may make you cry, but those tears will be cleansing. This will not be a breakdown, it will be a breakthrough. You are not being broken. You are being revealed. And soon, the parts of your life that didn't make sense will suddenly shine in clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 998. Comment if you've ever felt like something important was being kept from you. That lingering energy, that hesitation in people's voices, it all had meaning. And tonight, it all begins to surface. The first voice that speaks will come with hesitation. They've rehearsed this moment for years in their mind. But nothing could prepare them for the look in your eyes when they finally say what they've kept inside. The second voice will tremble. They've carried the guilt and silence, unable to move on. But this is the moment they stop hiding. The third voice will shake the ground beneath your feet. Their part of the story is what ties everything together. And once it's spoken, nothing will ever feel the same again. Type Amen to get blessing 4422. You are walking into divine revelation. Not the kind that destroys, but the kind that frees. What you hear may sting, but it will also set you on a new, powerful path. They never thought they'd have the courage to tell you. But too many signs, dreams, and spiritual pressure forced them to act. Even heaven could no longer stay silent. Archangel Michael says, your name has been spoken in the spirit realm with urgency. The truth being delivered to you is wrapped in divine permission. What is spoken now carries sacred energy, energy that will cleanse and elevate. They may beg for your understanding, but this moment is not about their relief. It is about your healing. It is about finally returning what was stolen from your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 1744. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Comment if your mind keeps drifting back to someone lately without reason. They're being spiritually pulled toward this meeting. Because your soul is demanding the truth, and it's time they answer. You may feel like collapsing when you hear it. But you won't. Because the truth, while heavy, will also lift a burden you never asked to carry. They are scared. But the fear is smaller than their need to finally set this right. They've chosen truth over protection, even if it breaks their image. What they say might shock you. It may even make you question everything. But after that storm will come a calm like you've never known before. Type Amen to get blessing 551. The truth will not just be spoken, it will be felt. You'll feel it in your chest, in your bones, in your soul. Because this is not ordinary news, this is spiritual alignment unfolding. The energy in the room when they speak will be thick with emotion. Every word will weigh heavily, but you will hear it with divine clarity. You won't just listen, you'll know. You'll know who's lying. You'll know who's sincere. And you'll know what needs to be done next. The divine is not leaving you in the dark. That's why you're reading this right now. Because everything is aligning for you to walk into the truth you've deserved for too long. Type Amen to get blessing 8181. You will feel a release the moment the words are spoken. Not just from them, but from your spirit, which has waited silently for justice. The tears that fall will not just be from pain, they will be the tears of truth being born after years of hiding. They will tell you what was said about you behind your back. They will reveal how decisions were made without your knowledge. They will admit to the actions that shifted your life in ways you never even realized. And when you hear it, your soul will react. It will feel like lightning coursing through your chest, but what follows will be freedom. Because lies are heavy, but truth, no matter how sharp, always lifts the spirit. One of them never wanted to hurt you. They were forced to go along with something they didn't believe in. But tonight, they'll finally stand on your side, even if their voice shakes. Type Amen to get blessing 3840. Comment if you feel something stirring in your chest while reading this. That's because the energy of truth is already on its way to you. This is not a prediction, it's an unfolding. The person who once smiled at you and lied with their silence is finally ready to confess. They know they can't fix the past, but they are hoping for your understanding. Not for their peace, but because your heart deserves closure. You'll hear words that make you freeze. You'll see tears in eyes you never thought could cry for you. And you'll understand everything, the silence, the distance, the sudden changes. It may be difficult to sit through, but you must. Because after this, your clarity will return. And your power will be reborn from the ashes of betrayal. Type Amen to get blessing 6882. Archangel Michael says, this is not punishment, this is preparation. The divine is clearing your space from lies so you can finally walk in your truth. This moment is about restoration, not revenge. Let them speak. Let them tell you everything they were afraid to. Let the pain of their words give birth to the strength that's been sleeping inside you. You don't have to respond. You don't owe them anything. But you do owe yourself the right to listen, to understand, and to finally know. The universe has waited for this moment. Your ancestors have pushed for this truth to be exposed. And now, their wishes are coming to pass through this night of revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 9401. You may not remember everything they're about to share. But the moment they say it, your spirit will confirm it's real. That's the power of divine memory, it never forgets. There are things you blamed yourself for that were never your fault. Tonight, you'll learn who really made the choice. And your inner child will begin to heal from wounds that had no explanation. This is more than a conversation, it's a spiritual reckoning. What they reveal will give voice to your silent pain. And after that, your healing will no longer be delayed. You've earned this moment of truth. You've waited long enough. And the heavens are ready to hand it to you. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Comment below if you've ever felt like something was stolen from you without reason. That confusion is ending. And in its place, understanding will rise like morning light after years of darkness. This is not the end. It's the unraveling of everything false so that only truth remains. And in that truth, your new chapter begins. These three people may weep. They may hold your hand. They may ask for forgiveness, but this is not their story. This is your rebirth. Stand in your light. Stand in your truth. Because after tonight, nothing will ever be hidden from you again. Type Amen to get blessing 4744. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Their voices may crack as they speak, but that trembling sound is the sound of chains breaking. Chains that held back truth, chained hearts, and clouded memories. As each word falls into the room, you'll feel decades of emotional weight being lifted off your chest. You may shake, you may cry, but you will not collapse. Because this message was destined to reach you when your spirit had matured enough to receive it fully. Every tear that falls from your eyes during this moment is a sacred cleansing, washing away the lies, the hurt, the betrayal. They might try to hug you when the words are finally out, but even if you pull away, they'll understand. Because they came to reveal, not to repair. And what they're doing is not about reconciliation, it's about redemption of your peace. You'll realize you always felt something wasn't right. You were gaslit by smiles, distracted by gestures, but deep within, you always knew. Now that knowing will be confirmed, and your inner power will rise from within like fire. Type Amen to get blessing 7770. Comment below if your soul feels heavy right now, because it's sensing a release is near. You are not imagining the shift around you. This is the divine preparing you for emotional liberation. You'll look at the three of them differently after this night. The truth will expose the hidden roles they played in your life story. It will not just change how you feel about them, it will change how you feel about yourself. One of them was jealous of your light. Another was guilty for being silent when they should have spoken up for you. The third was too weak to stand with you when it mattered, but all three are now ready to own their part. They will say they didn't come with expectations. They only came with truth. Because even they understand, you are no longer the version of you they once hurt. Type Amen to get blessing 3163. Archangel Michael says, this unveiling is not punishment, it is prophecy being fulfilled. The moment your name was written in divine fire, no lie could remain covered forever. Now truth is catching up with those who thought they could bury it. This is your moment of divine justice. And it's not loud or explosive, it's silent, strong, and undeniable. You will sit in your truth like a throne, unshaken by their confessions. You may feel broken for a moment. But only because the truth has pierced through layers of protection you didn't know were there. And after that break, will come your rebuilding. This time, built on real love. Built on truth. Built on spiritual alignment and clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 10008. You will wake up the next day with eyes that see clearer. Even your voice will sound stronger, because the truth always heals what silence infected. And the dreams that once brought confusion will now bring understanding. These three people will never forget the look in your eyes after they speak. They will carry it with them for the rest of their lives. Because they'll know they finally delivered what your soul was always waiting for. You'll stand in that space like royalty, anointed by pain but crowned by purpose. This is your divine upgrade. You didn't lose anything, you were being prepared for something greater. Even heaven will stand still as your heart accepts what should have come long ago. You'll hear angels whisper, "Now you are free." And with that, the next door of your destiny will open. Type Amen to get blessing 633. Comment if you've been hearing spiritual confirmation lately, numbers, names, signs in your dreams. These are not coincidences. They are divine indicators pointing to this very moment of truth. The story you tell from here will no longer be based on confusion or guessing. It will be built on clarity, on knowing, on wisdom earned from divine revelation. This isn't the end of your story, it's the correction of the chapters that were written wrong. You will feel a rush of emotions when you walk away from this conversation. But none of those emotions will be regret. They will be power, clarity, and strength. The truth will sting, but it will also set you free. Free to love differently. Free to rise higher. Free to finally become who you were always meant to be. Type Amen to get blessing 4540. You will walk away from that meeting, but something within you will feel brand new. Like a heavy fog has lifted, and your lungs are finally full of clean, honest air. You won't need to speak much, because the truth will do the speaking for you, even in silence. Each step you take afterward will feel lighter. Not because the past didn't hurt, but because it no longer has the power to confuse you. Everything you couldn't explain suddenly makes sense now. The glances, the lost opportunities, the strange shifts in people's energy, now they all have names. Truth brings order where chaos once ruled. And now, you have both knowledge and peace in your hands. There's a certain kind of healing that only comes when lies are exposed. You are entering that healing now. It's not a scream, it's a soft, powerful whisper that says, you were never wrong to feel what you felt. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Comment below if you've waited a long time for peace with no explanation. Because this is the hour your waiting ends. Not because they chose it, but because heaven declared it. The three people involved may never fully recover from what they confess. But you will. Because you were always built to rise from what tried to sink you. You're not walking away empty-handed. You're walking away full, of truth, of strength, of purpose. Even your shadow will walk taller after this. Archangel Michael says, truth is the final weapon that clears the path for divine destiny. And now that truth is yours. Hold it, embrace it, and walk boldly into the light it brings. There will be a moment, maybe days after, where you'll break down and cry again. But it won't be sadness. It will be relief, a soul exhaling for the first time in years. Type Amen to get blessing 11411. The pain of betrayal is real, but what's more powerful is the wisdom you gain from it. You are not the same person who entered this storm. You are wiser, sharper, softer in the right places, and stronger in the ones that matter. Forgiveness is your decision, not your obligation. And even if you don't forgive immediately, you will feel free, because you finally know. And knowing is a powerful blessing. The universe is shifting around you. Doors that once refused to open will now swing wide. Because the blockages created by those hidden lies are now broken. Those who tried to dim your light will now watch you shine like never before. Not out of revenge, but out of divine justice. Because when truth arrives, blessings follow behind it. Type Amen to get blessing 3910. Comment if your tears are falling, because those tears are confirmation that your spirit is receiving. You are not weak for crying. You are shedding the weight of years that didn't belong to you. Now your heart will beat differently. Now your sleep will be deeper. Now your mind will be clearer, because your spirit is no longer protecting what isn't true. The three who speak to you tonight may beg for a second chance. Or they may walk away in silence once it's done. Either way, you will remain standing, whole, aware, and blessed. And the next time you look at yourself in the mirror, you'll see someone unbreakable. Because the truth didn't destroy you, it revealed you. And that is the real miracle. Type Amen to get blessing 7117.